really hard lumps and bumps, and sometimes I can use pieces of this bark, but a lot of times you can't use it.
Todd Labrador's Mi'kmaq family has been building birch bark canoes for generations.
One time when we harvest birch bark, we put our hands in around the tree, and the inside of the bark was wet, very wet. And as you're harvesting birch bark, your fingers will get orange from the dye inside the bark.
He says for the past 5 years, his hands haven't been getting orange at all.
A lot of trees are already dying. If you go to these birch trees, in this part of Nova Scotia for sure, you'll notice a lot of birch are already dying. The tops are dead, and a lot of big birch are on the ground. As you're working, sometimes it dries out, so I'll just let it.
Still, Labrador presses on to piece together the bark he did harvest into a canoe here at Kejimkujik National Park, which is also a National Historic Site. Visitors stop by to learn more about his process of sewing a multitude of smaller bark panels together.
So this piece of bark is sewn to this piece of bark.
He built an 18-footer last year with 26 pieces of bark.
Great-grandfather would use, one tree, one piece.
That would have been around the 1930s.
Something's changing in the last 10 to 15 years. We've really noticed it, that the bark won't harvest like it traditionally would.
Labrador says he hasn't seen any insects and is unsure of the exact cause of the lumps. He recently traveled as far as New Brunswick to seek out better quality bark so he can keep his canoe building tradition alive by patching together whatever bark he can get. This canoe is set to be completed and launched on September 7th.